Still looking at me.
What's up, guys? It's Mighty, and welcome back to another reaction video. I'm just glad that my night is over because I literally hate Sundays because it's always going to be that busy, and it's just, especially it's worse because right now it's cold winds and it's sparkling rain, so I guess it's probably a little sleep, but I really don't care. The best part of the thing is that it's over, and thank God that tomorrow is going to be my day off. So that's all I cared, and not my problem. So let me apologize. So my bad. So anyways, I got a new requested from Shadow, and that he wants me to react of the top 10 of the worst Mortal Kombat finishers, because, you know, in the past that we have tons of the previous MK games that there are considered some of the best fatalities, and of course there are some that's just, well, not so good, and just wish it could have been a little bit better. So basically, I don't know how this is going to be exactly which are the worst, but this is directly from Mojo TV, and we'll get to see which is the number one that is by far the worst. So without further ado, it's time to react.
Fatality? More like failtality, am I right? Right? Yeah, no. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 worst Mortal Kombat finishes.
That makes no sense.
Wins. Fatality.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. So, for this list, we're looking at some of the worst fatalities from across the Mortal Kombat franchise. Sadly, not every fatality is a spectacle of viscera, and these were beyond disappointing. Oh boy.
You mean like this?
Wins. Flawless victory.
Number 10. Goro's quadruple side stab from Mortal Kombat Deception, the GameCube version. This beastly beefcake has been scaring the crap out of us since the first Mortal Kombat game, so it kinda sucks that his appearance on this list is due to his lackluster, unimaginative fatality.
Fatality.
All he does is take out his size and gently stabs them into ya. Dude, you got 4 arms! You could have done some wild dismemberment or vicious beating. Actually, your other fatality kinda does that. Never mind. Number 9, Reptile's Animality from Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3.
Reptile wins.
Given that Reptile is reptilian, you'd think he would transform into something within the same animal family. For his Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 Animality, what did Midway end up going up with?
Reptile wins.
Oh yeah.
What? He doesn't even kill her!
The
At least
freaking
Scorpion's
monkey.
Animality had some humor to it. He turns into a freaking penguin despite being called Scorpion!
That makes no fucking sense.
Number 8, Reptile's Invisible Fatality from Mortal Kombat 2.
Reptile wins.
Hey, 2 in a row for Reptile, and this one is somehow worse than the Animality. Go figure. When he made his playable debut in Mortal Kombat 2, we were hoping Reptile would get some cool fatalities. Well, this one here was pretty awesome. The other requires him to go invisible before doing this.
Reptile wins.
Like, why not just do that in the first place? What was the point of going invisible? That's lame. Lame, 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 lame!
I guess it would be considered lame because you don't see him how he did
Number
it.
7, Nightwolf's Axe Throw from Mortal Kombat Deception. Speaking of lame, Nightwolf. He has some of the most boring fatalities in the entire franchise. But we couldn't give him every spot on this list, so we had to pick one of the absolute worst. So we picked his absolute worst one from Mortal Kombat Deception. That's it. Yeah, pump your fist in the air. You deserve it after putting all that energy into throwing your axe. Now excuse me while I go play as a fun character.
Wins.
Number 6, classic Sub-Zero spine rip from Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3.
Sub-Zero wins.
Now, let's be clear here, we are specifically focusing on the Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 version of the spine rip, not the fatality as a whole. Typically, you would see Sub-Zero grab his victim's head, yank it off, and everyone smiles. Except for parents, and grandparents, and politicians, and anyone who hates violence. However, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 really messed things up.
Sub-Zero wins.
Why did they have to censor that?
Congratulations,
Just
Midway.
basically, all it
Let
does
the
is
haters
basically
win.
to just
You know,
fucking
we thought Scorpion's Army, also Cunning
pitch
Black,
black
was
and
also
just didn't
stupid,
wanna show
but
it.
the spine rip? Way to desecrate a classic, guys.
that was considered classic.
Number 5, Liu Kang's cartwheel from the first Mortal Kombat.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, it wasn't that much.
Look,
Big
we
deal.
understand that Mortal Kombat 1 could not make fatalities as spectacular as they are now. But even when comparing everyone else's finishes, Liu Kang's is downright awful. This is all he does.
Liu Kang wins.
That's it.
Fatality.
We get the guy is
that's
supposed to
what
be
he
a
does.
peaceful monk, but this is Mortal Kombat, damn it. We came for blood and we want a fountain of it. Not to mention he turned into a dragon in the next game. Number 4, Quan Chi's giraffe from Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance.
Oh my god. You have to show that again.
Quan Chi wins.
This one is perhaps most infamous among the Mortal Kombat community. In Deadly Alliance, Quan Chi's fatality involves him jumping onto his opponent's shoulders and... What? Where is the logic in any of this?
I mean, why,
does this
though?
even kill you? How's that even medically possible?
That
Do your
doesn't make any
veins stretch
sense.
up and your blood flows that high? Does
I
your
mean,
esophagus
was
kind of
Quan Chi's
strangle you?
hands
I mean,
were
it's weird,
magic
it's
that
confusing,
basically
what
that
the-
make that
what am I
happen?
even
That doesn't
looking
stretch
at?
the arm? I'm sorry, to stretch someone's neck that long?
Wins.
Number 3, the
Lazy.
censored fatalities from the Mortal Kombat SNES version.
Oh, I heard about this.
This
Oh my
was one
God,
of the battles
really?
of the Sega Genesis one during the 16-bit console wars. Because Nintendo enforced a family-friendly policy for their systems, Acclaim was forced to remove the blind gore from the Mortal Kombat SNES port, replacing it with sweat. Some of the fatalities were also toned down. Like, take a look at Kano's here. Did he tickle him to death? What? Johnny Cage, on the other hand, now does, I'm not even sure what this is. Number 2, all of them in Mortal Kombat Armageddon.
Oh, I think this is where they did you have to continue
One of
the...
the worst parts about Armageddon
You have
was
to
that no one
continue
had
to
specialized fatalities
decimate your
anymore.
opponent
Instead, everyone utilized a
before the meter
creative
runs
fatality
low.
system, which ended up taking away their personalities.
That's real lackluster right there.
Now, anyone could break an arm, anyone could tear out a bone, anyone could snap a neck, anyone had a knife for some reason. It was like someone slipped an antidepressant into Mortal Kombat's food. Anything you could do, your opponent could do, and it made Mortal Kombat extremely dull and lifeless. What were they thinking?
Wins. Ultimate fatality.
Before we reveal our lamest fatality, here are a few dishonorable mentions.
That's so fucking lame. That make no fucking sense.
Wins.
Number 1.
How?
Everyone's fatality in Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe. Hey look, convenient rebel is convenient. If we're being brutally honest, everyone's fatality sucked in the DC crossover, including the heroic brutalities. None of them looked remotely lethal, and some of them took place off screen. Even the fatalities that did look lethal are uninspired and unimaginative. And if we had to pick the worst one of the lot, it would be Kano's insipid knee stomp.
Kano wins.
Bland, boring, and utterly basic. This was proof that a series like Mortal Kombat should never dip below an M rating ever again. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
I'm just glad I didn't play Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe because, and yes, trust me, I did look it up of their so-called fatalities and their heroic brutalities. It's just, what the hell? I mean, I get it. This was the first time ever that Midway was trying to do something creativity at the time of a collaboration with the heroes and villains of DC, crosses with warriors of Mortal Kombat, the same way they did with Capcom collaborating with Marvel characters. But this was Mortal Kombat, and yet no gore, no blood, and off screen, especially to the villains, because I mean, you could see some nasty shit on the comics, but never to a game that's something that people are familiar of, and it's just downright silly. It makes sense because at that time it was, and believe it or not, it was rated to be as rated T, but it should have been rated R I'm thinking about the fucking movie. It should be rated mature, because at the time that you wouldn't, because people were not ready to have superheroes would basically use heat vision or rip someone's head off, because that would be less characteristic for the heroes to do something like that. That would get away with for the villains, but that would be asking too much. And for the record, I'm just glad I didn't get the Mortal Kombat or the sequel for the Super Nintendo, because that would be considered as a silly, because you had to get a code to unlock all the blood and gore. But that's something, yeah, that was back then. They had how Nintendo was meant for just for family entertainment, and this is something they were not ready for. You pussies. Well, anyways, thank you, Shadow, for this interesting clip, and more enough reasons why that I'm just glad I didn't play Deception or Armageddon, because it was a disappointment. So, like Shadow, if you have any requested videos that you want me to react, I'll be more than happy to do so for the sake of entertainment. And rest assured, there are a couple more videos and clips I needed to knock them down as possible as I can. And with that, Mighty Adventures signing out, but I will catch you all in the next video. So peace out, everyone, and good night.